Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. हरे कृष्णा वाञ्छ कल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय
Jai,
नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय
Jai,
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
Jai
all
Shri
Krishna
Prabhupada.
devotees Hare Krishna please accept my humble obeisances. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas College Station welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sangha conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy name which are to be avoided written by Srila Vyasadeva in Padma Purana. One, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second, to consider the name of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or to be independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Third, to disobey the order of the spiritual master. Fourth, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. Five, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Six, to give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. Seven, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Before we move on to our next part of the session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class, may I know who all joined this morning?
हरे कृष्ण विनीता गंधर्विका माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदास फ्रॉम शार्लोट हरे कृष्ण एंड हैप्पी वसंत पंचमी टू एवरीवन हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Priti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your session. Yes, Mataji, today is very auspicious day. It is Vasanta Panchami. Yes, thank you, Mataji. Wishing you the same.
हरे कृष्ण
Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sundarangi Radha Devidasi from India. Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Sundarangi Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Binta Gandhika Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, All Good Srila Prabhupada Gurudev. This is Radha Pyari Devdasi from Baladev.
Hare Krishna Radha Pyari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, now assembled devotees. My humble obeisances to all of you. I am Sudhakar joining from Saudi Arabia.
Hare Krishna Sudhakar Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining and giving your recitation, and all glories to your wonderful services. Welcome to the call, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
And anybody wanted to introduce themselves? Okay, then we'll start the recording. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today, we are very fortunate to have His Grace Baladev Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 19th chapter, 22 to 24 verses. Before I hand over the call to Prabhuji, I request Sudhakar Prabhu to take over from here and give a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Over to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much.
Krishna
His
Prabhu, we
Grace,
see that your video is on, but we can't see you. Is it that your camera is closed? There is a cap on the camera, right? Sometimes it get closed.
not sure, Mataji.
Okay,
I'm
Prabhuji, I
sitting
just
in a
want to
different
let you.
place.
Yeah, please go
Like,
ahead and read, Prabhu. That's fine.
okay. Today we are fortunate to have His Grace Baladev Das Prabhuji. A brief introduction of Prabhuji. His Grace Baladev Das Prabhuji has come in touch with ISKCON in Mumbai in 1991, and he was initiated in the year 1995 by His Holiness Radhanath Maharaji in the age of 18 years itself. His father introduced him to the Krishna consciousness. Prabhuji came to the Krishna consciousness at a very young age. His parents are also from the devotees families. His parents, as well as immediate relatives, are all and are initiated by His Holiness Radhanath Maharaji, His Holiness Loknath Maharaji, and His Holiness Gopal Maharaji. Prabhuji, at the age of 23 years, after completing his education and settling his father's business with full blessing his family, joined ISKCON Chapati Temple in 1999 in Mumbai. Prabhuji, academically, he is a bachelor's degree in physics with certification in advanced physics. Prabhuji holds multiple diplomas in various fields such as human resources and personal management, software management, and business communication, tourism, etc. Prabhuji teaches Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, and IDC ISKCON Disciple course and other Shastri courses. Prabhuji is as part of the ISKCON Chapati management team, ISKCON Chapati congregation development team, and its satellite center coordination teams. Prabhuji is also part of the team which oversees the management of the annual Kartika Yatra. Prabhuji is also a member of the national core team of ISKCON India Youth Preachers Association, IISC it is called. He is a part of the national team of ISKCON India Book Distribution Committee. Prabhuji is the regional secretary assistant in Maharashtra for Zone 5 districts of Nanded, Jalna, Parbhani, and Hingoli. Prabhuji has conducted inspirational and leadership seminars for students and faculty of many recognized universities, corporate sectors, multinational companies in India as well as abroad. But also appeared in TV and radio shows. Prabhuji travels abroad to South America, Africa, and USA to share the ideas and system of the book distribution, temple management, youth preaching, and Krishna consciousness. With this brief introduction, thank you, Mataji, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for reading that. I will just pause the recording here. Oh, thank you, Mataji. So, if anybody wanted to introduce themselves, please go ahead and introduce. Otherwise, I can continue my chanting. Okay. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Oh, Prabhuji joined. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Prabhuji. Are you ready, Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Are you ready, Prabhuji?
Yes, I'm ready. Are you able to hear me?
Yes. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your valuable time and association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 19th chapter, 22 to 24 verses, Prabhuji. Over to you. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Grantra Srimad Bhagavatam. We're continuing our reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 19, text number 22, 23, and 24. Let's take text number 23 now. त्रिभिर्क्रमैरसन्तुष्टो द्वीपेनापि न पूर्यते नववर्षसमेतेन सप्तद्वीपवरेच्छया. Translations and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. If I were not satisfied with 3 pieces of land, then surely I would not be satisfied even with possessing one of the 7 islands consisting of 9 verses. Even if I possessed one island, I would hope to get others. Text number 23. Swaptu Deepadipatayo Dripavainyagayadaya Arthe Kamirgatanantam Trishnaya iti nashrutam. Translation. We have heard that although powerful kings like Maharaj Prithu and Maharaj Gaya achieved proprietorship over the 7 dweepas, they could not achieve satisfaction or find the end of their ambitions. Text number 24. Yadrichayopapannena santushto vartate sukham na santushtas tribhirloke ajitatmukvasadite. Translation. One should be satisfied with whatever he achieves by his previous destiny, for discontent can never bring happiness. A person who is not self-controlled will not be happy even with possessing the 3 worlds. Purport. If happiness is the ultimate goal of life, one must be satisfied with the position in which he is placed by Providence. This instruction is also given by Prahlad Maharaj. Sukham aindriyakam daitya deha yogena dehinam sarvatra labhyate daivad yatha dukkham ayatnata. My dear friends, born of demonic families, the happiness pursued with reference to the sense objects by contact with the body can be obtained in any form of life according to one's past fruitive activities. Such happiness is automatically obtained without endeavor, just as we obtain distress. Bhagavatam 7:6-3. This philosophy is perfect in regard to obtaining happiness. Real happiness is described in Bhagavad Gita 6.21. Sukham aityantikam yattat buddhi grahayam atendriyam veti yatra na chaivayam stitaschalati tattvataha. In the spiritual joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness and enjoys himself through transcendental senses. Established thus, one never departs from the truth. One has to pursue happiness by the super senses. The super senses are not the senses of material elements. Every one of us is a spiritual being. Aham Brahmasmi. And every one of us is an individual person. Our senses are now covered by material elements. And because of ignorance, we consider the material senses that cover us to be our real senses. The real senses, however, are within the material covering. Dehinosmin yatha dehe. Within the covering of the material elements are the spiritual senses. Sarvapari vinirmuktam tattvaratvena nirmalam. When the spiritual senses are uncovered, by these senses we can be happy. Satisfaction of spiritual senses is thus described. Rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti uchyate. When the senses are engaged in devotional service to Rishikesh, then the senses are completely satisfied. Without this superior knowledge of sense gratification, one may try to satisfy his material senses, but happiness will never be possible. One may increase his ambition for sense gratification and even achieve what he desires for the gratification of his senses. But because this is on the material platform, he will never achieve satisfaction and contentment. According to Brahmanical culture, one should be content with whatever he obtains without special endeavor and should cultivate spiritual consciousness. Then he will be happy. The purpose of Krishna consciousness movement is to spread this understanding. People who do not have scientific spiritual knowledge mistakenly think that members of Krishna consciousness movement are escapists, trying to avoid material activities. In fact, however, we are engaged in real activities for obtaining the ultimate happiness in life. If one is not trained to satisfy the spiritual senses and continues in material sense gratification, he will never obtain happiness that is eternal and blissful. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.1 therefore recommends Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam shuddhyed saukyam tvanantam. One must practice austerity so that his existential position will be purified and he will achieve unlimited blissful life. Hare Krishna. मम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च परिदानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. So welcome all the devotees for Bhakti Sangha's Bhagavatam class today, this morning, for all of you. We are continuing to read this beautiful pastime of the transcendental reciprocation between Vaman Dev and Bali Maharaj. And this is the pinnacle verse which uh, we all come to, where Bali Maharaj and Vaman Dev are conversing, and Bali Maharaj gets wonderful piece of advice from Vaman Dev. But Vaman Dev speaks this series of verses on satisfaction, and thereafter later we see how Vaman Dev, by fascinated by the beautiful character and beautiful features of Vaman Dev, Bali Maharaj agrees to give him three steps or three places of land as per his feet. And in continuation of that, then Vamandev takes everything away from Bali Maharaj with his gigantic, huge leap of footsteps. That will come as we progress in our Bhagavatam study now. So, uh, before we speak on the topic of satisfaction, which is the purport today, I would also like to speak something on the beautiful pastime of Vamandev and Bali Maharaj as well. So, we find here that Vamandev, Lord Vamandev's incarnation is a very enchanting, attractive incarnation. Lord Vamandev has come in the form of a small dwarf, Batu, and looks very small, but uh, sometimes looks are deceiving. So, Lord came in a very deceiving look, and Bali Maharaj and everyone thought it's a small child. Bali Maharaj also would also tells Vamandev that you're asking for only 3 feet of your feet of land as per your size of a feet. And Bali Maharaj jokes with Vamandev that, well, I thought that you are just small in stature, but your intelligence is also very small. So here we can see Bali Maharaj was actually very wonderfully tricked and deceived by Vamandev, and Bali Maharaj couldn't understand the greatness of what Vamandev was. But anyways, it is mentioned in Laghu Bhagavatam that Vamandev actually incarnation comes many times in the day of Brahma, and especially in Laghu Bhagavatam, where Rupa Goswami mentions that Vamandev appears 3 times in one day of Brahma, and he takes the by the arrangement of 3 steps of charity, he takes away all that was there from 3 different demon kings. Normally, we always hear about Bali Maharaj and Vamandev, but it is also mentioned that Bali Maharaj did come previously also for other demons as well. So one name is mentioned as demon Vakshali, who was also similarly very prominent demon. He had usurped the property of King Indra, the king of heaven, and then Vamandev came and same style asked for 3 steps of land and take everything from Vakshali. So that happened in the first Manvantra, that is Swayambhu Manu's reign. In the seventh Manvantra, the Vaivasvat Manvantra, Lord Vamandev came again, and this time the demon was Dhundu demon, who was the son of Kashyapa and Danu, Kashyapa's wife Dhanu. So this there was same background, similar background. Lord came and tricked Dhundu and took away everything of his. And now in the seventh Manvanta itself, again, in the seventh Yuga cycle, Lord Vamandev came now for Bali Maharaj. So the 3 times Vamandev came for 3 different demon kings, and the same similar pastime happened with all of them. So amazingly, a lot of insights can be seen from this beautiful pastime of Vamandev and Bali Maharaj. Our acharyas also throw various lights, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Baldev Vidyabhushan. Not just Gaudiya acharyas, but even acharyas from other sampradayas. Because Vamandev pastime is very common, very well known, and very popular amongst all spiritual sampradayas. So a lot of commentaries have been written on this beautiful pastime of Vamandev approaching Bali Maharaj. So in one of the acharyas commentaries mentioned that how glorious is we can learn lessons from the life of Vamandev. In the life from Srimad Bhagavatam, we can get wonderful glories, wonderful lessons that even if someone commits error, from the error also something wonderful can come. So example is given that how Diti, she committed an error of approaching her husband in a wrong time. And as a result, she got two demonic children, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So even though that was a mistake, but later repentance and overall, later each of the people in that particular realm, in the one church, they got an opportunity to go against the Lord or take shelter of the Lord. And there are two personalities who came in that family lineage who, instead of going against the Lord, they took the other route of surrendering unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And as a result, what happened is Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj, two great Mahajans, were born in the lineage which was a mistake, error of Diti. So our Vaishnava Acharyas mentioned that mistakes don't remain mistakes. If you work on them, and we can actually gain a lot of insights, and we can gain a lot of positivity, and can get a lot of profit from not letting the mistake recur again. So this is one thing about learning from mistakes and improving our mistakes. One more insight which comes is this is from the Sri Sampradaya. We know in Sri Sampradaya, Sripad Ramanujacharya, the foremost Acharya of Sri Sampradaya. And after Sripad Ramanujacharya, many more great Vaishnava Acharyas also came. Kuresh, Parashara, before Parashara Bhatta, and then later Vedanta Deshika. So, Shriman Vedanta Deshika, a great Acharya in the line of Sri Sampradaya, in the line of Sripad Ramanujacharya, he gives a beautiful commentary on this particular episode of Vaman Dev and Bali Maharaj. So he mentions a wonderful pastime that how when Vaman Dev was walking towards Bali Maharaj, so Vaman Dev is Batu, dwarf, Vaman, and very small in stature and height. And as he was walking towards Bali Maharaj, Vaman had already planned that I'm going to take everything away from Bali Maharaj because Bali Maharaj has taken away the land and property of my devotees, Indra, Chandra, Vayu, all the demigods in heaven. So they all are running away from their homely place and now they are like refugees, orphans. So now I have to protect them, give back their kingdom by taking away from Bali Maharaj everything. Bali Maharaj has almost taken the whole universe, usurped the property. So when Bali Maharaj, when Vamandev was walking towards Bali Maharaj, Vamandev suddenly realized that, on my, because I am Vamandev, I'm brahmachari, and I'm just wearing some few clothes on my body, my chest is bare. That means nothing is on my chest. This one shawl is hanging on Vamandev's body. And then he realized, oh, on my chest is Lakshmi Mata, Lakshmi Devi is a Vakshastare. So on the Vaksha, on the chest of Lord Narayan always resides Lakshmi Devi. So Vamandev realized as he went closer to Bali Maharaj, oh, I'm supposed to take everything away from Bali Maharaj, but if Lakshmi Devi on my chest is watching in face to face to Bali Maharaj, so what will happen? Lakshmi's benediction will come on Bali Maharaj and he will become more richer. So how that is possible? So it's a difficult situation. I'm going to take away everything from Bali Maharaj. Meanwhile, my consort Lakshmi is watching Bali Maharaj, and she is the goddess of fortune. So immediately Vedanteshika mentions that Lord Vamandev he changed his shawl position and put it in front of his chest and covered Lakshmi Devi. So Lakshmi Devi's glance does not come on Bali Maharaj. Now Lakshmi Devi was thinking, Lakshmi Devi doesn't know the background of what is happening, what is going to happen later. But Lakshmi Devi is thinking, I am watching the beautiful pastime of my Lord in Vaman Avatar, and I see my Lord is covering me in the shawl. So if Lord is covering me, that means this personality should be very special. Otherwise, Lord will never do like that. So that made Lakshmi very curious. So the pastime was all going on, unfolding, and Bali Maharaj was give all the land he had and he gave his own self. At that time, Lakshmi could not resist, and she wanted to watch who is this person for whom my husband Lord Vaman is putting his shawl on my face. So she peeped from the shawl and she saw Bali Maharaj. As a result, Bali Maharaj lost, but again gained more than what he lost. So Vedanta Rishika mentions that Bali Maharaj got more than what he could even desire. He lost something, he was in want of something, And in the end, he achieved much more than he could desire or he had in his mind. So this is something about Vedant Rishika's beautiful tika on Lakshmi Mata, Lakshmi Devi's beautiful intervention in the life of Bali Maharaj. Also, Vedant Rishika mentions that Bali Maharaj, how he became a great devotee, how he could take such a decision in his life and surrender to Supreme Personality of Heart. So Bali Maharaj was inspired by his own grandfather Prahlad Maharaj because he had heard the example of Prahlad Maharaj, how through difficult situations also he never gave up taking shelter of Lord Nrsimha, Lord Narayan. So Bali Maharaj was inspired, even though Shukracharya warned him not to uh, agree to give those 3 steps of land. But still Bali Maharaj became obliged that in our lineage, anyone who came for charity to us, we never disagreed. And my great grandfather Prahlad Maharaj, even with a lot of issues, a lot of problems, still he never went off from his real duty. So Bali Maharaj agreed. So he followed Prahlad Maharaj firstly, and later when Bali Maharaj saw that Lord Vamandev had become huge, gigantic, with his 2 feet he covered the entire universe. And the only thing which Bali Maharaj could see everywhere was beautiful lotus feet of Lord Vamandev. And nothing else. Ito Narsinga Parato Narsinga, like that. Vamandev, Bali Maharaj said, Ito Vamana, Parato Vamana, everywhere Vamandev feet. And then when Vamandev said, well, I have only used 2 steps. Where should I keep my 3rd step? And Bali Maharaj remembered, what a beautiful opportunity to get this beautiful feet on my head. And Bali Maharaj that time remembered another Mahajan, Mahajan, Lord Shambhu. And he remembered that Lord Shiva, he did tapasya penances so that he could hold Ganga, which is coming from Lord's feet on his head, Gangadhara. And therefore he thought, well, if Shivji is doing tapasya to just get water from the feet of Lord, I am without tapasya getting the whole chance of getting the feet of the Lord. So Bali Maharaj, remembering Lord Shiva, he agreed, immediately came forward and said, Lord, I lost everything, but I have my own self. So now you put your feet on my head. And because Bali Maharaj followed the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj and Shambhu, Lord Shiva, both Mahajans, so ultimately he also became the Mahajan. In fact, he became the 12th Mahajan, example of everything. He became an example of Sarvasva, Atma Nivedanam, right? So this is something from the life of this beautiful, wonderful devotee, Bali Maharaj, and his pastimes. It is said Lord Vamandev also, he performed his pastimes to trick Bali Maharaj. Vamandev has many names. Vamanadev, which also means dwarf. Vamandev is also known as Trivikram. Trivikram means who achieved victory on all 3 directions, or also mentioned as Trivikram who expanded his 3 feet and became victorious over Bali Maharaj. Lord Vamandev is also called Upendra. Upendra means one of the younger brother of Indra. So these are beautiful names of Vamandev, and it is said that Lord Vamandev is worshipped not just Lord is an avatar only, and then he leaves, but it is mentioned that he always remains in this material world. It is said that there are different dweepas on this material world. There are different planetary systems in this material world, and on each planet, the deity of the Lord is worshipped by the people there. In the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, you will find all the different dweepas. People in the dweepa are offering prayers, and they're offering prayers to their uh, deity, who is the worshipping deity in that particular planet. So it is said that in Brahmaloka, Lord Suryanarayan is worshipped. In Maharloka, Mahapurush Lord is worshipped. Similarly, in Swargaloka, the worshipable Lord, the deity there is Vamandev. So Vamandev is personally present in Swargaloka, accepting worship of the demigods. So this Vamandev remains in Swargaloka, and whenever there is a fight between demons and the devote and demigods, and they have to go out of Swargaloka to fight with them, it is Vamandev who protects the loka of the planets of heaven. So in this way, Vamandev is the worshipful deity of Swargaloka. So there are many beautiful stories regarding Vamana Dev's wonderful activities beyond the realm of Bali Maharaj. In fact, we can see here beautifully that Bali Maharaj lost everything, but actually gained everything, gained more than what he could imagine. It is said that when Shukracharya opposed Bali Maharaj and told him not to give the three steps of land, and that this was Vishnu, Bali Maharaj understood, but he realized that if Lord is coming himself to ask, why should I fear? There is no need to fear if Lord is asking. Ultimately, it all belongs to the Lord. And Shukracharya was trying to oppose, but Bali Maharaj was still very focused on giving the three steps of land. So it is said that when, because if you want to do something, you have to do sankalpa. So Bali Maharaj had a spout of water and he took the water to make a sankalpa. The spout of the water is there. The Shukracharya entered into the spout and he blocked the spout, so the water cannot come out. So Bali Maharaj putting this water, but nothing was coming out. So how can he take sankalpa? So Amandev realized. So Amandev used one straw and then he pierced that spout, the front portion, the water portion which comes out. And it is mentioned that Shukracharya's eye got pierced, and therefore he has one eye less. And Shukracharya could not help but Vamandev, Bali Maharaj gave Sankalpa to Vamandev, and Vamandev ultimately took everything from Bali Maharaj. Shukracharya was very upset with Bali Maharaj because up till now Bali Maharaj always heard from him, and now in this situation he disregarded his guru Shukracharya. Shukracharya cursed him that you are not following me, you will go to hell. So our acharyas mentioned that Vamandev saw this curse. So Vamandev kept the curse of his guru Shukracharya, but he made the curse into a boon. So what happened is after the whole thing was done, then he gave him a place in the hell. That means the lower planets are called the places below the Earth planet is called as good as hell because there is no sunshine there. The sun doesn't reach there. So one of the planets Lord Vamandev gave to Bali Maharaj was Sutalaloka. And Sutalaloka is also one of the planets where there is no sun. But it is said that Vamandev made that planet more gorgeous and glorious and even richer than Indraloka. So Bali Maharaj was aspiring for Indrastan, but later Bali Maharaj got something more wonderful than Indra's place. And generally in Indraloka, as we always hear, Indra's position is always very precarious because one keeps doing tapasya, some demons keep coming and usurping the property of. So he's always insecure demigod. But in the case of Bali Maharaj, he is never insecure because there is no one who comes and tries to usurp his property. And even if someone who rarely comes, the doorkeeper in Sutaloka is Vamandev himself has come and decided to stay in Sutaloka as a guard to protect the property of Bali Maharaj. So once it is mentioned in the commentary of Ramayana that Ravana became very attracted to Bali Maharaj's property and he decided to come to Sutaloka to assert his property. And when Ravana came on a door, Ramandev was standing. He wanted to enter inside the door. Ramandev kicked him and he landed 10,000 yojanas away back to his kingdom in Lanka. So this was how Vamandev protects Sutaloka from all different problems. It is said that there's one thing which happened good is Vamandev showed his mercy to Bali Maharaj by uh, compromising his own position. The Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He is Sarva Karana Karanam, He is the cause of all causes, and He is the Lord of everything. Brahmaji mentions a beautiful prayer in third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam that sometimes the Supreme Personality of Godhead to give mercy to other living entities, compromises his own position, and takes a lower, degraded position so that he could upgrade others. So he degrade himself. Of course, we can't, Lord cannot degrade himself, but it is seen externally the Lord degrade himself so that he could upgrade other living entities. And Ramaji gives example of how Lord appears in animal species. Lord comes in Vatsya avatar, Lord comes with Vara avatar, Lord comes Kurma avatar. So these are animal species. Animal species are degraded, more lower than the higher species. Lord comes into animal species. Of course, Lord does not become degraded, but he steps down just so that he could be mercy to the other living entities. So Lord comes in animal species and he uplifts the living entity. Lord comes and becomes a student of his own devotee. Like he became student of Sandipani Muni. So Lord degraded himself as a student and he made someone a guru, but he is guru of all gurus. So he became student of Sandipani Muni, he became student of Vasishtha Rishi, he became student of Valmiki and so many other great sages, uh, as if he is lowering his position. But the whole idea was granting the mercy. Then he also, it is mentioned that he took help of monkeys in Ram Leela. Lord Ram, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and also the the clan of Raghukul dynasty, he degraded himself by taking help of monkeys to build a bridge. But he did so to uplift them, to give them a chance to serve. In the same fashion, Brahmaji mentions in this sloka of third canto, 9 chapter 14th verse, that Lord came as Vaman Dev and he degraded himself as a beggar. Lord is Lakshmipati. Lakshmipati Lord has become beggar, bhikshuk, and he offers, he begs uh, from a demon 3 steps of land. But in doing so, he is upgrading Bari Maharaj to highest position. So Lord is so kind, so merciful that sometimes he takes a lower position just to upgrade others to higher position. So these are a few wonderful connotations of Bali Maharaj and Vamandev pastimes from the realm of our Vaishnava Acharyas, what they speak about these pastimes. Today's purport we hear beautifully Srila Prabhupada speaks on the word satisfaction and the word happiness. So we see here that generally people uh, relate happiness to enjoyment. So people think that more I enjoy, more I'll be happy. Now the whole world is geared for getting more and more things, objects for enjoyment. So more we have, more we enjoy, more we be happy. However, people fail to see that more we have, then even after having those things, we want more. And if we don't get them, we are dissatisfied. We are hankering. So there is hankering and there is lamentation. The person who is hankering and person who is lamenting, he can never be happy. He can never be satisfied. So in the material world, every living entity who has no connection with Krishna consciousness, who has no idea of what Krishna consciousness is all about, his position as Mamamsho Jiva Lokes, the, the part and part, being part and parcel of Supreme Lord, such a person always keeps asking for more because he thinks more I get, more I'll have, more I can enjoy, more I'll have. So in that condition, throughout the life of such a conditioned soul, he is either hankering or he is lamenting. If he gets something, he is not happy. He wants more. If he does not get something, he becomes very sad. So hankering and lamentation, a person remains aloof from the real fact of happiness, real fact of satisfaction. So Srila Prabhupada says in a beautiful purport, happiness does not come from material senses. Happiness comes from spiritual senses. People think more I enjoy through my senses, I'll be happy. But in fact, senses are always voracious. They want more and more, and there is no satisfaction. And senses are compared to a thief. Senses are compared to bandits who keep stealing, but they are not satisfied. They want to steal more. They are like dacoits, bandits who keep stealing, who keeps looting, but they want more and more. So senses are never satisfied. Senses are, as we said, as our scriptures mentioned, their masters were treacherous. They keep asking for more service, more service, more service. And there is no way of retirement. Even in ordinary jobs, when you work, someday or other you will be told to retire, right? But there is no retirement. Senses always demand enjoyment. So we keep seeking enjoyment. When we have it, we want more. When we don't have it, we are lamenting. So hankering and lamentation is going. So Prabhupada says that happiness cannot come from material senses. But happiness will come from where? Spiritual senses. So what is spiritual senses? Spiritual senses means, Prabhupada says that two things. Sarvapadi vinurmuktam. That means understanding that we are beyond all upadis. What are the different upadis we have in this material world? We have the male, female, we have someone from high class, low class, from this state, from that state, this country, that country. And in different, we have accepted so many upadis, temporary designation for this temporary material body. And you identified with those upadis. Sarva upadi vinirmuktam. But when we having all these upadis, but we don't identify with those upadis. Sarvapadi vinirmuktam doesn't mean that we give up our genders, our state, our country, our money. Sarvapadi vinirmuktam means understanding that this is not me. This is my one aspect which is temporary. My main connection, my main constitutional position is I am servant of Krishna. So Prabhupada said first thing is Sarvapadi Vinirmuktam, and second thing is Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam. So spiritual senses can be enlivened, can be brought into limelight on the main platform of our life when we first give up all the upadis. We don't identify with those upadis. And secondly, when we engage all our senses, the senses are demanding from us more and more. But now we use the senses in the service of master of senses, Rishikesh. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uchati. So Vamandev gives a very brilliant lesson to Bari Maharaj. And through Bari Maharaj, just like Krishna gives brilliant lesson to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, and through Arjuna he is teaching the whole world. So Vamandev is teaching to all of us, to the entire world, how one has to look for happiness in this material world, in the right place, and then how one should be satisfied in his service to Krishna. So enjoyment, satisfaction, happiness are very popular word in this material world, but hardly seldom anyone can find those in reality. Only when a devotee is Krishna conscious, he comes to an understanding of what is happiness, what is satisfaction, and what is real enjoyment. So one time His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj was giving a beautiful class on this topic of Amandev and speaking about satisfaction. And then he compared Prabhupada's position, that how Prabhupada, like Bali Maharaj was a great Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada also our great Maharaj. So he was mentioning that Bali Maharaj, he had everything, and everything was taken away. Everything was taken away, and Bali Maharaj did not complain. And then everything was given to him, everything was given back to him, much more than what he had. And Bali Maharaj again did not become very happy and very overjoyous. He accepted as Krishna's mercy. So Giriraj Maharaj was mentioning that Srila Prabhupada in his initial days, before he came to USA, everything he had was taken away. But Prabhupada remained composed. He didn't complain. He kept on serving in whatever way, little bit he had, he was serving in with those meager facilities. And later, Srila Prabhupada was given everything when he came to America. He struggled initially, and then later everything was like coming in favor of Srila Prabhupada. Wherever he went, he could preach, and people became devotees, book distribution, preaching, expansion, traveling 14 times around the world. So Prabhupada got everything. And Prabhupada, he got everything, but Prabhupada remained who he originally was, a simple, wonderful devotee serving Krishna. Then Prabhupada also said to his disciples that Krishna tested me twice. First, he took everything away from me, and second, then he gave everything back to me, or more than that to me. The devotees asked Prabhupada, so what happened in those tests? Prabhupada said, I passed in both the tests. So here also Bali Maharaj passed both the tests, and here Viraj Maharaj beautifully mentions about that how both um, uh, Srila Prabhupada is our great Maharaj and Bali Maharaj also is a great Maharaj. In fact, Srila Prabhupada once was having a conversation with his disciples. And Srila Prabhupada says, so we have 12 Mahajans. And one devotee said, Prabhupada, you are our 13 Mahajans. So Prabhupada smiled and said, you become the 14th Mahajan. So Prabhupada was always encouraging us to also become Mahajans, to also to become leaders and practice. He did not limit it to himself that I am the last one. He always wanted more and more. In fact, he mentions in the purport, Bhaktivedanta purport, he mentions, just like uh, he mentions in the purport that Suniti was taken to spiritual world because of Dhruva Maharaj. One more place he also mentioned the same thing. Similarly, I am an old man and practicing Krishna consciousness, preaching something, and one of my disciples becomes more advanced, and he will take me back home back to world. So this was Prabhupada's insight. He was the founder Acharya, he was a prominent Jagat Guru, but he always kept himself very low, low call, and he always would think that he is a very simple person, insignificant person. So that is how Srila Prabhupada always encouraged all of us to become better than him and to also take up Krishna consciousness seriously and go ahead, progress in our life. So in this way, we find that the word satisfaction is a very essential word. People in the material world are talking about this word satisfaction, contentment, happiness. But yet people always, motivational speakers or people in general, society leaders, they always connect them all either to material or emotional or something subtle. And because of that, there could be some benefit, but ultimately there won't be the ultimate benefit of connecting with Krishna. As long as we do not speak about Krishna consciousness, we do not connect a soul suffering in this material world, anchoring and missing Krishna back to Krishna consciousness. Till that point, the person will never be happy, contented, or satisfied, no matter what. So, satisfaction actually means to serve Krishna. And how to serve Krishna is whatever we have, whatever facilities Krishna has given us in the form of his body, we use that facility to serve Krishna. If Krishna has given us a body which is robust, which is very healthy, and which is also born in a very rich family, we can use everything which is connected to the body to serve Krishna. But if Krishna has given us a body which is not so healthy, or rather it is coming from a very poor family, and not much facilities, then whatever we have, we should use it for Krishna's service. Not keep thinking, oh, this devotee has much facilities more than he is able to serve, she is able to serve more than me, and I have so less facility. Like Krishna, please give me more facilities. The idea is not to use facility. The idea is to serve Krishna. If we have more, we use more in serving Krishna. If we have less, we use less in serving Krishna. But the whole idea is how much we use in serving Krishna and how much we keep it to our own self. That's important. If someone has got 100 items to serve Krishna, right? And then he uses all 100 items to serve Krishna. And someone has got only 10 items to serve Krishna. And he uses 10 items to serve Krishna, they both are equal. Because whatever 100% they have, they're using for serving Krishna. But someone has 100, but he uses only 50. And someone has got 10, and but he uses 9 or 10. So 10 person is more better than a 100. An example is there one time, it's a folklore. That one big landlord, very rich man came temple, and from his pocket he pulled out $100 bill and put in the donation box. And everyone saw, wow, this person is so generous, so magnanimous. He pulled $100 and put in the box. Later, one person came, was a little poor. He pulled $5 and put in the donation box. And no one cared for it. Okay, $5. They're all charmed by the $100 bill. But it is mentioned that Lord was very happy with the $5 bill. The reason was the Lord doesn't see how much we give. The Lord also sees how much we keep and how much we give. So in the case of the $100 bill, that guy had many dollars in his pocket, much more than he could give. Just $1 he gave to Krishna, $100 bill. But this other man who came, he only had $5. He had everything. Man parityaja mamekam sharanam vraj. So Lord does not see how much we have. Lord sees how much we give and how much we hold. So in that sense, satisfaction means whatever we have. If we have less, give less, 100%. If you are more, give more, 100%. The idea is to give 100%. So Krishna consciousness teaches us whatever we have, we utilize in Krishna's service. I had a nice story when I was small child in the schools, and this was about a parrot complaining to his mother and father that, oh, what is this? I have a very strange beak. My beak is curved. That's not good. See other birds, they have very nice big beaks. So they have, so he mentions about few names. Some birds which are like hawks, they have nice beak. Some birds which are like, there are some names I forgot. Just let me look at those names here. Yeah, pelican, spoonbills. These are some English words. Spoonbills beak are so nice. Pelicans bills are because beaks are so nice. Beak of hawk is so nice. So the parrot was complaining to his mother and father. So mother said, "Well, you go and talk to your grandfather. He's very learned person. He will guide you." So the parrot flew to the grandfather, who was also parrot, and complained, "Oh, my dear grandfather, Lord is not very good to me. He has not given me a very beautiful beach like hawk or pelican or a spoonbill." And grandfather smiled and said, "Well, my dear parrot, do you want to eat worms?" And the parrot said, "Oh, no, no, no. Why should I eat worms? If you want to eat worms, then spoonbills, their beak is meant to search for worms and pick it out from different places which are inside the ground." So the parrot said, "Oh, I don't want to don't have beak of spoonbill. Oh, so do you want to eat fish?" And that's that's too much. Oh, you want to eat fish? Then we don't require pelican stick. Oh, then the last one was, so you want to eat mice, rats? You want to eat rabbits? So no, I don't eat rabbits also. So you don't require hawk's beak. What do you like to eat? Oh, I like to eat nuts, Brazilian nuts, hazelnuts. So if you want to eat those nuts, you need to eat a beak which is a curved beak. You can break open the nuts and eat. And the parrot realized, yes, my nature is as per whatever my nature is, as per that nature I can serve. Similar in Krishna consciousness, we all have our individual facilities, and those facilities are right facilities for us to use in Krishna's service. So instead of lamenting and hankering for something else which we do not have, or something we had now we don't have, let us be present whatever we have right now. Krishna Arpanamastu. Whether it's a small glass of water or it's a can of juice, something else, whatever we carry with us, whatever we have in our life, whatever Krishna has given us, whatever destiny has given us in our life. If we use it nicely in Krishna's service, Krishna will be very pleased and will be satisfied. Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate, and Sarvapadi Vinmuktam. So these are some things about how one can balance in his life and try to be more happy in Krishna consciousness. Whatever we have, we remain contented in offering it to Krishna. Krishna gives more in future, we'll use more. But whatever we have right now, we'll use it Krishna service and make Krishna happy and ourselves also get satisfied. So we'll stop here. And if there are some questions or some comments, devotees are welcome to share it. Hare Krishna.
Even class on this satisfaction, happiness, you touched many points. I would request devotees, if you have any questions or relations, here, please raise your hands. Yes, Sunil Prabhuji, yes, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Dandatnam. Thank you so much for this so beautiful class. You have spoken a lot about happiness, satisfaction. Prabhu, you have said that when we have something, we are not satisfied, and after getting that, hankering increases. What is that root cause, Prabhu? I think that is desire. The desire is not going, Prabhu. What to do with that?
Yes, desires will not go away with the material body. As long as material body is there, desire remains. So therefore, we should desire spiritual things. Like we can't be desireless. That's not possible. If we remain, if you don't desire spiritual, then automatically you desire material things. So what should we desire? We should desire something which has no competition, right? Let's desire something which is spiritual. Let me chant more rounds. Let me read more scriptures, right? Let me also get chance to serve devotees. There are some areas in Krishna consciousness where competition is very less. Like in even within our society, we generally people like in my case, my material desire is like I should preach more, give more lectures. But it's a material desire because it's a post and position. But you see, there are some services which will not have much of demand. It's very easy, cool to do services. Not much competition is there. A lot of satisfaction. When devotees doing prasad serving, devotees washing, mopping floor, devotees clean the trash cans. These are less, as you say, very important, so-called important, very lucrative positions. So these are services where if devotees do it for a long, long time, they'll get satisfaction, happiness. So we should desire, but we should desire spiritual things. So let's desire spiritual things in terms of those services, those aspects where there is not much competition and it will benefit our own Krishna consciousness. So let us desire to chant more, let us desire to attend more programs, classes, so that we can nourish our Krishna consciousness. By Shravanam process, let us desire to serve devotees more, let us desire to distribute more books, and let us desire to so many things are there in Krishna consciousness we can desire. So therefore, being desireless is not possible, and if we don't desire ourselves, then the mind will desire us to, will force us to desire material things. So better is to have some spiritual desires. So that is the way of antidote of overcoming tendency of desiring material things or desiring something which is not looks more spiritual but maybe not be very beneficial to us. Hare Krishna. Therefore, you find in Krishna consciousness, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Naham Vipuro Nacha Narpati Napi Vaishana Shudra. Naham Varani Chana Chadrapati Lavanastu Etiva. Kintu Kodya Nikila Paramananda Purnamtavya. Gopi Bhartu Bhat Kamala Das 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 Anumas. Servant and servant of servant of servant of the master of gopis. I am not brahmachari girls, so one person, yes. Nor I am Brahmana Kshatriya Vaishya Shudra. So see, we can see here that how ultimately the idea is to become servant of servant of servant. One time I was hearing a class, one devotee was mentioning that more we are servant of servant of servant of servant of servant of servant of servant, more we are secure. And we are talking about insecurity nowadays, right? Everywhere there's so much insecurity. In India, insecurity, Russia, Ukraine, America. Venezuela, everywhere, so much insecurity is going on. We are worried what will happen next to us. And yes, so more we have bigger material positions, we're highly insecure. But the best secure position is the servant of servant of servant, servant of servant devotees. Because no one, there is no competition to become servant of servant of servant of servant. You are standing alone there. There is no one alone. So then no one is there. So you are the person who is given the title of servant of servant of servant of servant. But when you want to become master, then there are so many people standing. Oh, one master post. There are lakhs, thousands, and hundreds of people standing in line to become master. But servant of servant post, no one wants to become. So let's become servant of servant of servant of servant. And be very secure because no one is going to accept that position. And there is contentment and there is satisfaction serving devotees, serving Vaishnavas, communities in a humble mood. So there is real aspiration to cultivate spiritual desires and spiritual desires and humble desires. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, by cultivating spiritual desires, material desires will be go.
So cultivating spiritual desires, material desires will overshare. Right? We have limited time, right? We have limited time to desire also. Not that whole day we are desiring. So we cultivate, we desire spiritual, then our material desires hankering will be less because we don't have time to have material desires coming up. Like it's not like we can overcome material desires fully, but we are trying to antidote by giving a higher taste of cultivating spiritual desires.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Great. Yeah, one more question.
Shruti Mataji. Yes, Radha Shruti Mataji. Yes. You can please try.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, and my humble obeisances to you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, my humble obeisances at dust of your lotus feet, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, you spoke about, you gave a brilliant example about what we have. We are supposed to give 100%. Regarding that, my question is, Prabhuji, how this devotional service is assigned, and when is that specific devotional service is assigned? And say we are able to see some devotional service, or by reading we understand, no, this devotee has this done this, and by scriptures we understand more. So we have a lot of ideas to do, and say suppose we are not able to fulfill, and in that state of mind I feel that if I'm not able to fulfill, then what is the use, and why I'm getting all these ideas? So what exactly, I feel that I'm not able to reciprocate to these devotional services, and there is no means to fulfill it immediately. So in this case, how I should look into, and what will be a good way to serve them?
If I understood it rightly, I just try to answer connect there. And there are two states of issues. One is, I just give you a very mundane example. Not mundane, it's some example, a common example of devotional services. Prasadam, right? So there are two problems of prasadam. One is too much prasadam I have eaten, or I didn't get much prasadam, right? So most of the time devotees have these two issues. I don't have enough Krishna conscious service, and some of them have examples like, oh, so much service, I don't have time for myself. So in both ways, at least it is better than actually having no service, having no prasadam. So in your case, I see that you have a lot of uh, uh, desire to serve, and there's so much to do for in Krishna consciousness, but there's always a confusion. Where should I strike a balance? Where should I get more? Where should I stop it? So we always require some guidance in this connection. We are actually like uh, we are like as we say very new. Uh, they call it what is the exact word in the English language? We are very new. Um, it's called in job. When we join, we call it new people as what's the word? One who are not confirmed. They don't have. Anyways, the point is that because we are all very new in practicing Krishna consciousness. We may be practicing Krishna consciousness for 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, 5 years, 10 years. But still we are new because for us Krishna consciousness is a long journey. And therefore we require constant support. Uh, Krishna consciousness cannot practice alone. Krishna consciousness means you have to practice in community of devotees. So in community of devotees we get directly support, indirectly we get support. So in all this, with all this support, then we get a direction of how we can go ahead in Krishna consciousness. And therefore we require guidance from scriptures. We also require living guidance of devotees around us whom we can contact either physically or through online and take understanding of Krishna consciousness from them. The whole idea of Bhagavatam class is the same thing. Why we hear Bhagavatam class every day? We can go to YouTube and we can just choose any speaker and hear them. That's also good. But we find here in Bhakti Sangha, we all devotees come here, all of you rather. You are coming every single day and spending your valuable, precious time logging in on time and hearing different devotees speak Bhagavatam class. The whole idea is that we are approaching Krishna, that we are serious and we want to progress in Krishna consciousness. And Krishna, I want to know from you what's in for me today. So my life is like this today, and then today you can give me guidance. And you will see Krishna speaking through Bhagavatam, and the whole class will be relevant for us. But maybe one particular line can strike us, and we can take that as a lesson for the day and carry out our devotional service. So this is what we see. We need constant guidance. We need a captain on the ship because we have a good ship in human life, and the ship is working good. But somehow or other, if without captain, the ship will go here and there and break its radar and dash against something, some rock or some ice glaciers. So we need to be very conscious and cautious, and therefore constant guidance of devotees, Vaishnavas is required in our life. And even with those guidance, there is always chance of being misdirected because mind is there. Mind can always prove kind of misguide us. So with all those things, even with guidance, there is so much of there is chance of getting deviated. So what to speak of something situation when there is no guidance, when there is no Vaishnavas around us. So Krishna, so in such state of affairs, when we need guidance, when we have some questions, queries, and today we may not have query, but tomorrow we may have query. So it's like every day, it's a different day in our Krishna consciousness. We always require the guidance of Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas. So therefore, we should always keep ourselves surrounded by such devotees who have wisdom, who practice Krishna consciousness. They may be smaller in age than us, or maybe they may be from different countries. As long as they speak realization and it touches our heart, then we take those devotees' guidance and we move ahead in our Krishna consciousness. So I would boil this whole thing into one single thing that take guidance of devotees whom you can connect very nicely, wisely with them. They inspire you not just by their words but their actions also. Like I heard one nice, beautiful anecdote where it mentions that we should preach 24 hours. We should preach 24 hours and speak only when necessary. Sometimes preaching means we think that we're speaking and preaching. But preaching actually means by following. So there are many devotees in ISKCON who may not preach by words, by their actions. Such people will inspire us. And they're silent devotees, and we can take inspiration from them. And there are devotees who practice speaking also and practice who can practice by their actions also. Both are there. So we are very blessed in the society of Krishna consciousness that we have so many devotees like that. So we find our company of uh, Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis and take their guidance. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, but how devotional service is assigned to a devotee? I mean, a follower.
How
Who
devotional is
assigns
assigned.
it? How it is assigned? Who is the main authorizing person who gives us the devotional service? Because that person is responsible for giving so many ideas, and if we are not following, at least I should know that thing, no?
It all depends on because see, devotional service. Now, what is the idea definition of devotional service you're talking about? Can I get this idea?
See,
Any
you gave
definition?
an example of cooking. Say, suppose a devotee is getting a service of cooking, and another devotee is getting a service of washing the pots or cleaning. Then who assigned it? It's not material, no, it is spiritual. So some spiritual personality is behind all this, right? Who is taking an account of our devotional service? That is my question.
Yes, definitely. So if let's take the example of cooking and washing. So let's say for example we are serving in a community where we are practicing Krishna consciousness, and the leader there who is kind of leading the community, he has a team, a department. Different departments are there. There are different HODs on that department, and then we are assigned to serve in this way. Like for example, if you go and approach a leader and say, Prabhu, I want to serve. And the leader say, Prabhu, Mataji, we have some nice service. We have Rath Yatra coming in, or we have Janmashtami coming. So this is a fund collection department, it's service department. So the fund collection department, we are assigned the fund collection department, and the fund collection department is run by a particular devotee. So we take guidance of the devotee because the nitty-gritties of the department is known to that devotee. And then we work under that devotee and serve the devotee, and through the devotee we serve the leader. And through the leader we serve Srila Prabhupada. So this is the hierarchy in which we serve. So based on a service, sometimes we serve directly under the leader, sometimes we serve under the leader and the next level leader or third level leader. So ultimately we are serving. So like for example, someone may directly be serving under a department which is under directly the GBC. Someone may serve under another department which is not in the GBC directly part of the sub leaders in the GBC. So we are different services, and every department, every services we are doing is under some other leaders, and we take inspiration from them because they have been serving there. And there are some spiritual duties where we are directly serving under the guidance of authorities like our guru or our shiksha gurus, like chanting, reading books. These are spiritual duties which we do regularly as part of sadhana. So our inspiration comes from those devotees who have nurtured our Krishna consciousness and inspired us in chanting, reading, and hearing. So we take inspiration from them. So we are committing to them. We are under them. I think so. There is that. Are you okay with this answer, Radha Jyoti Mataji? What do you want to ask this
Yes,
question?
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, and eternally grateful to
Thank you so
you,
much. It was
Prabhuji.
very
Thank you
simple.
so much. Hare Krishna.
So can we end here? Someone is
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your enlightening class today. Actually, we are very grateful, and we look forward for your association in future also, Prabhuji. So, devotees, if let us pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhrasya
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
नमः
Panchakoti
जय
जय
श्रीमद् भागवतम
जय
हरे कृष्ण
so
हरे
much,
कृष्ण